Okay, we are live in pre-show here. And let's see, let's get that out of the way. And yeah, today is an interesting show because we have a very special guest that can only be here today. And he's live in the studio. So we're just really excited about this. This is going to be great. This is Parker Sinclair. He's 9 years old. He's visiting from St. Petersburg, Florida. And he is going to be live on the show, doing the show today. He and I have been practicing this morning, and he's a killer. He's a killer. Don't ask him about his girlfriend. We're not going to talk about girlfriends, right? We're not talking about girlfriends? No, nope, not talking about girlfriends. You're not live yet, by the way. The one in the top right-hand corner up there is the one that's live. You're in the preview. Huh? They can hear me, they can't hear you. Because your mic is off. Remember, we talked about turning mics off and on, and this mic is on. So there we go. So we've got, let's see how many hundreds of thousands of people are watching. Could be thousands, could be hundreds. Bad audio delay from Tom. Oh, golly. Okay. What? You can talk.
Yours is a little late.
Mine is a little late. Okay. The video's late or the audio's late?
The video, well, like the output is late.
Okay. All right. Well, then, we shouldn't do that anymore, whatever it is. We should not do that. Now, Sandy Sinclair, you can't talk while you're in here. Because these are condenser mics. They can hear you. Why can he talk? Because he's the special guest. You're just a roadie. All right, well, we won't use this mic very much. With no further ado, we're gonna start the show. Parker, you ready? Parker's ready. Carter, you ready? Carter's ready. If you hear crunches in the background, don't pay any attention to them.
He's telling us a flash chip.
Sandy, are you ready? Okay, Sandy's ready. So let's get this show on the road. If I've done it right, I'm going to push this button, and we are going to get started. Ready, set, go.
Hi, my name is Parker Sinclair, and welcome to Streaming Idiots. I am 9 years old, and I'll be your host today. I'm taking over for my pop. You know him as Tom Sinclair, the original Streaming Idiot. Pop is my technical director today. Thank Pop. I'd like to tell you about our streaming setup today. You'll notice that I'm not wearing a mic. The mic is a condenser mic, a shotgun style. It is the Audio Technica AT897 mounted on a boom right here. The mic is connected to a Behringer UMC 404 HD audio interface. The camera right there is a PTZ optics PTI PT12X SDI G2 that is connected to a Black Magic Decklink mini recorder, 4K PCIe capture card inside the PC that my pop built. You know he builds streaming computers, right? Time for a riddle. Riddle number 1. What's tall when it's young and old when it's, and what's tall when it's young and short when it's old? And if you weren't paying attention, I'll repeat it. What's tall when it's young and short when it's old? I'll tell you the answer at the end of the show. You also know my pop hates to throw anything away and loves to find new uses for old stuff. We are using 2 computers for the live stream today. We are doing the production on an old PC my pop built about 5 years ago. It's based on the good old Intel i7 2600 CPU. The second PC actually just an i3 based system is recording and streaming this show. We are streaming to Facebook and YouTube, and the YouTube video is embedded my pop Eastern Shore broadcasting website. Now it's time for another riddle. Riddle number 2. Stacy's mom had 4 children. The first one was April, the second one was May, and the third one was June. What was the name of the 4th child? And if you weren't paying attention, like I said the last riddle, Stacy's mom had 4 children. The first one was April, the second one was May, and the third one was June. Again, I'll answer all the riddles at the end of the show. Pop is using his trusty X Keys XK80 to run the show today. He's linked in his favorite vMix shortcuts to the XK80. Like when I cough. He also mute my mic. He can also do lots of other cool stuff with his XK80. I'm using a 55-inch TV right there as my teleprompter. Actually, it's just my script being displayed in the preview vMix. Time for riddle number 3. There was a 1-story pink house with a pink bathroom, a pink shower, a pink toilet, a pink dog, a pink man. Everything was pink. So what color were the stairs? And again, like for the last 2 riddles, if you weren't paying attention, I'll repeat it again. In a 1-story pink house, there were there was a pink man, a pink dog, a pink bathroom, a pink toilet, a pink shower, a pink bed. Everything was pink. So what color were the stairs? Remember, I answer all the riddles at the end. I almost forgot about the vMix. vMix is live production software that my pop is using right now to switch cameras.
Hold it. Where is the camera? Oh, there it is.
Add this cool background behind me. Add graphics, like lower thirds, like there, and much more. So that's it. Now I'd like to ask my pop to join me on the show and see the answers to all the riddles. Pop?
Okay. Here I am. I got to do the thing. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. All right. You did an excellent job. Thank you.
Thank you.
How many times did you practice?
One time.
One time. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. And your brother over there didn't want to be on the show, Carter. But it's amazing to watch this one right here do the live show. No, you were fine the way you were. I wanted you up taller than me. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. So we got these riddles, and we want to see what people thought. Oh, looks like somebody got the answer to the pink house one, doesn't it? We're looking at it up there. Backstory Podcast and Tommy Willis say that there are no stairs in a single-story house. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to Tommy and to Backstory Podcast. That's right. And unfortunately, we only have access to about the last 5 comments in YouTube or Facebook. If you happen to be watching us, by the way, if you're watching us on Facebook in the Streaming Idiots feed, we can't see the comments from that because we can't see comments from a group. We can only see comments from a page. So if you want to go over in Facebook to the Eastern Shore Broadcasting page, or if you just want to go to easternshorebroadcasting.com and click on the Watch Live tab, that'll show you the Facebook embed, the YouTube embed, and we have the chat from YouTube up here too. So there was the pink house, and Tommy and Backstory Podcast got it right that there were no stairs in the house.
Yep.
And then the second one was the Stacy riddle. Now that was one of my favorites. Can you tell that one again? And people, if they have if they know the answer, they can post it again because we can only see that. Oh, Chris Morton says, what about the stairs in the porch? Oh, well, maybe it didn't have a porch. You just entered right off the street, Chris. Tell us the Stacy riddle again, and then we'll see if people can answer it.
So, Stacy's mom had 4 children.
4.
Yep. The first one was April, the second one was May, and the third one was June.
June. April, May, and June. And then July?
No.
No. Well, let's see if anybody's got it. All right, let's see. It takes them a second to type it in again. And while they're typing that one in, tell us the first riddle again. Because somebody posted an answer to the first riddle that was a different answer than what we had.
Okay. So what's tall when it's young and short when it's old?
Tommy Willis says that Stacy is the name of the 4th child. Is that right?
Yep, because it says Stacy's mom, not like Stacy the mom.
Very good riddle. Very good riddle. All right. So Backstory Podcast said the 4th one was Stacy.
Yep.
He just wasn't as fast as Tommy Willis. Of course, Tommy Willis only lives up the road here in Tallahassee, Alabama. So it didn't take as long for the text to get here from Tallahassee as wherever Backstory Podcast was. He's in the backwoods of Backstory somewhere. So Tommy Willis said earlier in answer to your first one, you know, that what's tall when it's young and short when it's old, he said a pencil. How about that?
A pencil would also be right.
Yeah.
So that proves that there's more than one answer. The original one would be a candle, because when you light it, it starts out tall. When you light it, it burns down, and once it's old, it's already burned out, so it's short. But a pencil, when it's tall and it's new, but after you sharpen it and use it, it gets shorter and shorter. So that would also be correct.
Very good. All right. Oh, it's Ken Benedict that's Backstory Podcast. Hey, Ken, thanks for the answer. And Chris is in New Zealand. Oh my goodness.
Mm.
And Gabrielle says Benjamin Buttons. You remember that movie, Sandy? Benjamin Buttons. All right, very good. Thank you, gentlemen, for participating in our riddle today. So let's talk a little bit about the broadcast. Now, we wrote a script,
Yes.
right? Who wrote the script mostly?
You.
Me. And you had some input. And what were some of the problems that we had with the script or with reading the script?
Is that most of the words, well, some of the words were new to me, so what we had to do is find ways to like make it reminder that it's actually pronounced this way instead of the way I thought.
Uh-huh. What's an example of that? Yeah.
The word condenser, I thought it was kunder.
Yeah, it was kind of confusing because it was a new word.
So what we did is we spread apart the word and rearranged and put different letters to make it sound the right way.
I'm not laughing at you. There's a 5-year-old crawling on the floor in front of us, trying to be quiet. He's about ready to hit the mic stand, and so you'll hear a thud as he does that. It's a circus here at Eastern Shore Broadcasting today. Well, Parker, that's right, and that's, grown-ups have the same problem sometimes too. And I'll tell you, when you get in front of a camera, did you feel like your brain turned to mush a little bit? And it was like you couldn't think as clearly as you could without the camera being on?
A little bit.
A little bit. Actually, you pulled it off pretty well, but some people, they just panic when that camera goes on and when it's live, and they're just like, they can't remember what they were going to say when 5 minutes beforehand they had a great conversation. They knew it all. Yep.
I mostly got it because I do lots of presentations in my school. I'm part of band in my school, so I do some concerts. And I have lots of stuff where I perform in front of people, so I actually been through that. I also learned my whole grade learns some songs, and we have to perform in front of on a stage. And I also gone into a Cross Creek Chronicle book, which is all Pinellas schools in America, and they put all the best stories that kids write into a Cross Creek Chronicle book. But it's only the best of the best because they don't want the book to get so heavy.
Uh-huh.
And if you get in, and there's going everybody from in the state that made it would all come to the most famous stage in the city, where out of everybody who made it in, and they would go on that stage, and they would say your name and give you a free copy of the book.
Wow.
And the stage in St. Pete is huge. It's literally just it's just like it says it's bigger. It's just so big that I can't even describe it.
Now, is this St. Petersburg, Russia, or St. Petersburg, Florida?
Florida.
Okay, just checking.
So once I already did so much before that, so I wasn't really like.
You were on this giant stage?
Yeah.
In front of all these people?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, oh, well, it's just another day. So what do you call that? What do you call that when you kind of feel comfortable in an uncomfortable situation?
I think to me it seems like confident is how I feel.
Confidence is pretty cool, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have.
What does that mean?
Confidence. You too, buddy. Yeah.
Banana do?
What does the banana do? Okay. The banana is the cough button. This banana right here. So cough again. I turned you off, and then I turned you back on. See that red light right there?
Yeah.
That tells us that the microphone is on. if I press the button, and now we'll turn it back on. But they can read our lips, so we got to be careful not to say bad things about them, except Tommy. Chris Morton wants to know, he has a question. He says, what's a kiwi? Do you know what a kiwi is?
It sounds familiar, but
Yeah.
I can't think of it. It just sounds
If I told you it was like green and fuzzy on the outside, does that ring a bell? Kiwi fruit?
Kiwi.
Do y'all ever have kiwis?
No.
It's also a nickname for somebody from New Zealand. They call them a kiwi. I guess because they have kiwi trees everywhere. Stuart wants to know if you're my son.
Well, I'm actually his grandson. My parents are on vacation, so I'm dropped off in Alabama for
We dropped him off.
not like that.
Not like that. Okay.
And I just stay here for a while my parents go on vacation. Just stay with them. Today's my last day in Alabama, and so I'm coming back to Florida. My parents are in Georgia, and I'm in Alabama, so we're not neither one of us are in our home state right now.
That's right. That's right. Very good. Now, if you're my grandson and I'm your grandfather, grandson, there's a person in between.
Which is your son?
My son, okay.
It's
Which
my
is
dad.
your dad, right. And what's his name?
Really? You wouldn't know
right.
your own son.
All right, but here's something that's interesting. You're the oldest of two boys, right? You and Carter, two boys. You're the oldest.
Oh, of two boys. I
Yeah.
mean older than. I thought you said older than two boys.
Oh, sorry, no. Older, the oldest of two boys.
Yep.
Your dad is the oldest of three boys.
Mm-hmm.
His dad, me, I'm the oldest of three boys. And I've got two brothers, and one of my brothers has two boys. And including my dad, in 4 generations, there are 11 boys in a row with no girls. Isn't that amazing? I mean, what are the odds of that? It's a whole football team.
Exactly.
Exactly. All right, Chris says a person born in New Zealand is a kiwi. A kiwi is a native bird which the kiwi fruit is named after. Oh, I didn't know that. There you go.
Oh, we're blurred out.
Oh, we are blurred out. The camera lost focus, didn't it?
Or it might be errors on it.
Let's see what happened. There we
Oh,
go.
there
It's
we
come
go.
back. We need to turn off the autofocus.
Sorry about that.
Tommy says, you see where Tom Willis wrote up there? Oh, when I pointed, that's what did it. I'll try to.
Sorry, guys, about the technical difficulties.
Exactly.
What do we do?
Well, I don't know. What do you think we should do?
Maybe you should try to go up there and focus it again.
How about we do this? We go back to you, and then we go back to me.
Okay.
And then if I push that pink button right there, that puts everybody's comments out there. All right, you see, kind of right in the middle. I don't want to point again because the camera might go wonky. It says, Tommy says, the way to help with being nervous, do you see that?
Yep.
Is?
Practice.
Uh-huh.
Yep. That's what happened. That's what I do to pretty much every single performance. including presentations, band concerts,
What instrument do you play?
the trumpet,
The trumpet. Holy cow. And do you play any sports?
soccer.
You like soccer?
There's 4 days of tryouts for competitive teams,
Yeah.
and usually you get in on the 3rd or 4th day, but
Right.
I got in on the 2nd day. The first day was to get to know everybody
Yeah.
and just do a little bit of practice, and then the rest of the days are made for like how you just like.
So you're great?
Well, I'm not like the best of the best.
Yeah.
I just
You're pretty good.
I'm good enough that I got in on the 2nd day.
All right.
And then the rest of my friends got in on the 3rd. Then one of them got in on the 4th.
Gotcha.
So that would be 3 years and 3 seasons in a row. Because we'll be on the same team. Because we were on a club soccer team together. Then we did, but our coach retired. But one of the parents that was at practice when we were with our old coach, he volunteered to be a coach. So then we all got put on that team for spring soccer and won every single game. There was 8 games, 7 of them we won, and one of them the other team forfeit.
Gotcha.
And then after that, nobody volunteered to be a coach, so we didn't really think we were probably going to be on the same team, but we all pretty much volunteered to go on the club soccer for U10, so we all got put together again. So practice starts towards the end of June.
Yep. So Stuart says Parker's good at this. And let's see. Tommy says, Tom, you're making memories for this young man. You better be recording this. Did we remember to press the record button?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
You could just take all this film and send it to my parents, or they could be watching it right now.
Well, I did get a message from your mom a little while ago that they couldn't watch it live, but they would watch it later. So do you want to give them a shout out?
Okay. Hey, parents. Let me rephrase that.
Please rephrase that.
Okay. Hey, Mom and Dad. I hope you're enjoying your trip in Georgia. And please, can you call me after you finished watching this video, and just because I want to say hi.
Yes, that's good.
And I miss you. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. All right. So, and Jerome, see where it says Life Media Pro? That's Jerome. And he says, great job, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we have 1 minute left in the show. What shall we do with our last minute? Do you have any questions for me?
Do you do this just every Tuesday?
Every Wednesday.
What's Tuesday today?
Today is Tuesday. But what's happening tomorrow?
I'm leaving, so.
And I'm taking you.
So you wouldn't be able to film?
I wouldn't be able to do a show. That's right.
Oh, well, we have 30 seconds left. I guess this wraps up our show, and thanks for watching.
I think that was pretty well said. Carter, do you want to say anything?
No.
No. Okay. Well, you just did say something by saying no.
I just said something too. Mr. Banana.
Come on.
All right. Very good. Well, thanks, folks, for tuning in. We will have probably an older guest next week. Odds are we'll have an older guest next week. We don't know exactly who it is yet, do we?
No, you never told me anything about a guest. And 4, 5.
Well, that's okay because it doesn't cut off automatically. That's just sort of a guide to keep us from talking too long or talking too short.
Great job.
Carter, you're in the show.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. So it's kind of like family day here. Not only is he in the show, but he's in front of you. So, Parker, last question, and then we'll close. What did you learn today?
That you have lots of subscribers.
Yes. Yes. We have about 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we'd love to have anybody subscribe on YouTube that would like to. This little code right here, see this? Do you see this QR code right here?
Yep.
That QR code will take you, if you scan it with your phone, it'll take you to our website. But we'd really love to have people come join our Facebook group. Do you know what the name of the Facebook group is?
No.
Can you guess? What would be a guess?
Tom Sinclair.
Well, no. But it's called Streaming Idiots.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I know the show's called Streaming Idiots, but I didn't know the name of the
The
group.
Facebook group is Streaming Idiots, yes. Yeah.
Well, that wraps up our show for today. Hope you liked it.
We hope you liked it. And we'll see you next week. Well, won't see him. But I'll see you next week on Streaming Idiots.
Curtis.
Thanks, guys. Take
Stop.
care. And no sound. No, you're not allowed to push any more buttons. And this is Carter. Carter is 5, and Carter's going to be in kindergarten in the fall. Yeah. And Carter has a photographic memory. And if you ever play the match game with him, you know, like take a deck of cards and lay them all face down and then try to match, he will burn you. He beat me on about 2-1 in match. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah. The only times you ever beat him is when, well, if you don't get a good racket going on at the beginning of the game, you're gonna lose if you're playing him. 'Cause
he beats you all the time, doesn't he?
Not all the time, but sometimes he just like is not really focused as much. So I tried to get the best racket as I can, and then I beat him. Then he cries, runs to his room, cries for 10 minutes.
Where do you learn that from?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Actually, you're a very good big brother. I'm very impressed with you as a big brother. And you're a very good little brother. And you guys together make a very good brother team. I'm real proud of you. I am. Yep.
So
Okay, so enough of the post show. Thanks for tuning in, folks. And we will
Ew, you
we'll just
sucked
let the
up.
stream run out. But we'll see you again later. Everybody, wave goodbye.
Bye.